Hey everyone, it's Moose. What I wanted to do today is show an Atlantean build order. It's just the easiest build order that there is for Age of Mythology. It's really simple, great for beginners, even advanced level players use it because it's just that good. It's really simple, works in pretty much every matchup, and it's good to get used to the game. So what we're going to start off doing, I've just got the game paused, we're going to queue up some villagers. We're going to get the first villager to build the economic guild, not the granary, and then move on to the first food. So then we're going to unpause it and we're going to go. So what you get here is we'll get our 3 scouts to do some scouting. As I'm going to pretend I'm a lower level player, I'm just going to go up, I'm just going to scout with them standing still. If you're more advanced, what I would suggest doing is kind of moving around with them scouting rather than just standing still. But the standing still it's a pretty similar job that it gets done, to be honest. So here we go. So your first one moves over to the food after researching hunting dogs. Then your second one moves over to the food. Then we're going to get our second one to move over to a wood line. Probably this is a more defensive wood line. Then what you want to do is you want to check on these guys for when they've got their flare up. It means that they've finished scouting and then you've got to move them on to a different location. So the reason that Atlantean or Oranos, Kronos, Gaia, whatever, is so much easier for the beginner players is each villager is basically 3. So it's a third less things to do, because this is like having 6 and 3. Oh, so this first guy's put his flare up, so he's ready to move over. I'm going to move him to the corner. Go back to the house. This guy's finished, we're going to move him there. And this guy will finish soon. So, yep, these guys are carrying on. That's fine. This guy will flare in a minute. You're ready for him? There we go. We're going to move him down to the bottom. We're going to see what's on this town centre. Any pigs we find, we'll send them back. So, the main part of this build order and where it could possibly go wrong for anyone is this guy needs to build a house when you have 25 gold. So E is the house button, so I just kind of spam it. Then I do it with the gold villager, then shift click it back onto gold. It's just the easiest way. The manors are so good because you can garrison inside them, so if you get attacked, your gold villager can just go straight back into the manor. You can defend it with whatever units you have, and then straight back in. So, we have 2 on food, 1 on wood, 1 on gold, and then this one will come back on the food. And we're just gonna, we're gonna do food until we advance. If we were on a map that had lower hunt, we could have moved on to this that's over here, but it's really fine. Actually, we probably will, because this one's gonna finish up soon. So we'll just leave the 1 on that. Bring these guys over. Bring these guys over to the second food source. Oh, body blocked. So, we now have 100 gold, which means we can put the temple up with our gold villager. These guys are finishing scouting. So move those over there, move those over there. We've scouted our half of the map. It's only 3 minutes in. So, doing this technique, you barely have to move them, and you get a very good amount of coverage. If you move them separately, if you walk them around like this with the shift clicks, you get more, but this is easy enough for the amount that you get. So we're going to advance because we have enough. We're going to go for Prometheus and go for Oceanus if you really want to, but the Valor is just such a good god power. I'm playing on extended edition because the original game just doesn't want to work with my computer, so we only get 2, but on extended edition on the Boobly game, you get 3 uses. Okay, so once we're here, we're going to split our villagers up. We're going to go like this. We're going to have 2, 2, and 2. Nope. How long have you been sitting there? Oh, because she was doing the food. So 2, 3, and 2. That sounds more like it. So the reason that we have the 3 here, the 2 here, the 2 here, is because we want to save up enough wood for all of our barracks and things like that. These are finishing up, so we'll just colour that. I'm going to put up a second house now, just so we have enough population and we don't need to worry about it later when there's more going on. This is kind of a lull in the game, you know, so we can just we can just do whatever we want. So if we wanted to heroize the oracles and do a kind of push like that, we could, but for this I just prefer to show the standard build. So I want to put our town centre straight onto food because we're going to be spending food. We build one counter barracks, and one military barracks. I like to do one with wood, one with gold, but it honestly doesn't really matter. They take hardly any time to do at all. Then we want to start building Terma, we want to start building the Mamillo. So one trick here is we want to get the Mamillo out, the Terma to stay in the counter barracks, and I'll show the reason for this in a second. So these guys, yeah, you could heroize them if you really want to, but you lose out on good hero units. So now we can just kind of send them around his base, so we can get a bit of an idea of where we can attack. So we've got Terma here. Oh, this guy didn't go back to his wood. So when we get our 3 Mamillo, we can heroize, because how it works is your god power heroizes 3 units and a civilian unit. So there we go. Then we can get our Terma out and we can start attacking. Get all our guys together, our Promethean, and we can go. And that is the basic build order. So you're really set. So this is 6 minutes in. You have, I mean, I also played it. I don't play Atlantean very much because I just prefer the other civilizations. But as you can see, I had villagers standing there, and it didn't really mess up the build order because it's just really clean and simple. You get your 3 hero units out. You get your extra infantry and your Terma, and you go and attack. Later on, you can add more to gold, and you can get out some myth units, and that's it. It's just nice to raid. If you want to go in later and get some town centres, you just cut the Terma, add a town centre, go up to the next stage. Really plays itself. Really simple. Yeah, that's it. Good. It's great for beginners, but honestly, even the high level players use it because it's just that good. So yeah, see you in the next one.